Hi guys, welcome back to another episode, and today we will be using Nicol Bolas the Ravager, which is one of my favourite commanders of all time. I actually use this in my paper commander deck, and he's my longest lasting commander, so I feel like I have a bit of an affinity with him, as he's won me a lot of games and drawn me a lot of hate with my friends. So it's a Grixis and 1/4/4. When it comes in, each event discards a card, and you can pay 7 to transform Nicol Bolas into the Planeswalker version, which has 4 really good abilities. You need to control the opponent early game, so you want to use cards like Thoughtseize and Duress to make sure they can't disrupt you late game. You've got a boatload of removal spells like Feed the Swarm, one of the best ones to kill enchantments or creatures, and then try and end the game with huge haymakers like Big Daddy Bolas, Professor Onyx, and Liliana Dreadhorde General. So yeah, let's get into some games and see how much ass we can kick today with Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Okay, so our first opponent is Judith the Scourge Diva. So going to be a quick Rakdos aggro deck. We get to go first. 2 lands, a bit of ramp, bit risky. We do have Discovery to Surveil 2, then draw a card, so let's just take the risk and see what happens. So we're going to start off with Sulphur Falls, because it comes untapped, and then next turn we can use Discovery to hopefully get a land and then a land on top. If we can get Fires of Invention going, this is going to be a pretty sick game. Being able to cast things for free essentially. So definitely want to cast a Discovery now. Oh, a Braid's good, but we just need more lands for now. Always trying to hit as many lands as possible with a deck that has a huge flip cost of 7. Here comes Dreadhorde Butcher. That's going to be quite annoying. And then the Chromatic Lantern. So next turn we can go Fires and then Solemn. So we're going to have to try and find a way to kill this Dreadhorde Butcher ASAP, because it's really annoying. So it looks like the opponent's stuck on lands. Unless they play... Okay, so play one now. Just a 2-mana, 2/3 Death Touch. Not too bothered about that. Here comes Fires. And then what should we do? We could go for Bolas. Yeah, I think we could go for Bolas. Cost 0 right now. So bear in mind, with Fires out, you can't cast spells on your friend's turn. You can cast 2 free spells on yours. If you cast your General, you'll still have to pay the commander tax. So when Bolas dies, I will still have to pay 2 mana for each time he died. So it's not too bad. But yeah, the opponent's down and an extra card there. Dreadhorde Butcher's going to be annoying. Wow, opponent's got a lot of stuff now. So next time they can probably go Judith and then pop the whole team. Heartless Act. So we're not going to be able to respond next turn in the opponent's turn. So we're going to have to do everything we want to now. What should we do? So if we go Eldritch Reborn, they're just going to sack the token. So I think we play Bolas again, get rid of the last card in their hand. And then we can play Nighthawk Scavenger. It's got lifelink, so that will make us last a bit longer. We'll see what they do. So here comes Judith as expected, pumping the whole team. Okay. So we probably will lose both of our blockers here, but I think it will be worth it in the long run. Although saying that, let's block the 2/1, because then they'll have to think twice about where to put that damage when their creatures die. So the Butcher's going to go... Where's it going to go? So is Bolas going to absorb 5 damage there? Because that would be pretty nice if that's the case. No, they're going to go straight to our face with all the damage. Oh no, okay, so they do kill Bolas, fair enough. That's fine with me. So we'll definitely want to go for Eldritch Reborn here. Get rid of one of the creatures. And then we could even go for... What else could we go for? Heartless Act. Solemn. Yeah, let's go for Solemn. Do some ramping. Get a swamp. And then our next turn we can think about casting the Dark Intimations. So that, okay, so they've got a way to draw cards now, which is going to be annoying. I don't think we need to block here. Yeah, we'll keep it up for next turn. Reborn makes them discard, which is good for us. Then we can... what can we do? Blood Chief's Thirst, kill the Midnight Reaper. So they'll only be drawing one card this turn from that. Okay, so they're certainly doing a lot of damage to us here, but hopefully we can get back into the game. So now we make them sack and discard, we draw and get a creature back, so this is going to be really useful here. So it's always intense when you're against aggro, because your life gets pretty low. We can get back the Nighthawk Scavenger to play that again in our next turn. And we'll keep him up as a blocker. So now we can block Judith. It makes the Solemn Simulacrum a lot better. So it's a good thing we didn't really block last turn. Opponent is down to one card. So we definitely have card advantage here. And we can also resurrect one of their creatures when Reborn goes off. Interesting, so they're being very aggressive here. Dealing damage, killing our Solemn. But this could be their last attack step. Because now we're going to screw them over. What should we go for? We could go for Solemn, or we could go for... Midnight. Death. You know what? I'm going to keep it simple. Just going to go for Solemn, get some more ramp. Okie dokie. And then we can play a land. Get some lifelink out there. And we might as well even cast Big Daddy Bolas here. Sweet, pass to the opponent's turn. Nice, and that's game. Luckily we hung in there with 5 life. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so it's a Bolas mirror match. And we've got 2 lands again, which is quite ridiculous. The amount of times we just keep drawing 2 lands. Yeah, we'll keep this because we have the temple. Hopefully we can scry into an extra land on top. But the mirror match is going to be an interesting one. So land on top. So we can get Tiny Bones next turn. Ah, the opponent seems to be copying us. Cool. Go for Tiny Bones. What? That's just weird now. if they play another land, which is the same as ours, that is going to be very strange. The only difference is mine are full art, some of these, but that is still really weird. Okay, so I think we're going to cycle the Sweltering Suns here. That's a bit freaky. They did play a pathway as well. Okay, so cycle the Suns to draw a card. Okay, let's see if we can resolve Liliana here.
You wish you had a fraction of my power.
And I think I will be discarding the Extinction event. Just because it's not a very effective way to get rid of their Bolas.
My way.
Might as well swing in, see what happens. Okay, and we get to draw a card because we made them discard a card, which is quite nice. Oh, nice, and it's a land as well. So they have access to 5 mana in their turn, which is a scary number in this format. Soul Shatter. Okay, so that gets rid of the Lily. And they still have 2 mana open. Okie dokie. I guess we could try to... cast a Bolas, I think. Okay. Be nice if this resolves. Makes them discard, makes us draw as well. So it looks like they have some kind of interaction. Yeah, so they're going to kill it on the stack. Fair enough. So in hindsight, I should have played the Temple of Malice first. They discard a Scarab God, okay. So we draw another card, very nice. So luckily we weren't punished because we did get another untapped land there. Thief of Sanity, okay, that's a frustrating card. But they are tapped out, so we are going to be able to kill it with Feed the Swarm. Or, better yet, let's go for Professor Onyx. Very nice way to get rid of your opponent's things.
It was going to die eventually anyway.
Swing for 1. We don't get to draw a card because we didn't make them discard, but we did resolve a Professor Onyx. Elspeth's Nightmare. Aye, okay. So that's going to be irritating there. Especially when they can look in our hand next turn. Into the Royal. Could use that to bounce back the Elspeth's Nightmare to protect our Nicol Bolas. Dark Ritual does mean we can cast the Nicol Bolas now. But they do have a card in their hand that could be a counterspell. So let's take it slow for now. Temple of Malice. Time Twist is decent on top. Let's try and resolve the Dark Ritual, see if that resolves. Nice, yeah. That's enough to get out any scary spell there, so I can see why the opponent quit. Moving on to the next game. Okay, next opponent is a Catilda Dawnheart Prime, so it's the protection from werewolves human from Innistrad Midnight Hunt. We get to go first with a really lovely hand, so definitely going to keep this. I think we're going to start off with losing a lot of life in our first turn, but sometimes you need to see what they're playing with. Ooh, so Guardian Project, Rally, Luminarch. I think we go for Guardian Project just because it gives them the most amount of cards late game. So we want to stop them from doing that. And we have a kill spell for their early creatures. Okay, so we're going to go for the Cold Steel Heart and put that on black. If we can resolve the Dreadhorde General, this is going to be a very nice way for us to stabilise this game. Here comes the Luminarch Aspirant. And it's tempting here to cast the Bolas to be a good blocker. So I think that's what we're going to do. They don't have any removal spells in their hand that I know of, but we will be reducing their hand size to -1 here. Here comes Catilda. So she could use the Luminarch to tap for mana, because that's one of her abilities. Humans have tap, add 1 mana of any colour of the creature's colours. Okie dokie, so it does slow. Oh wow, so basically got 2 kill spells there. That's incredibly good. So we can kill either one of them, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to use the Grasp to kill the other one as well. So this could be a very quick win for us here. Pretty brutal. Brutal RNG for us. Opponent not so lucky. Swinging as well. So next turn we will have the 6th mana and Liliana, so if they play any annoying creatures we can hopefully deal with them. Cathartic Pyre is 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker, so that's not going to be enough to kill the Lieutenant. But I think this is a good time to get the Liliana out and create a zombie. We might as well swing because we can't block the Lieutenant anyway, because it has protection from multicoloured. And yeah, that's game. Okay, so our next opponent is a Yorian, blue-white flicker control deck. That's my guess, and we are starting with a semi-decent hand. Let's see if we can get through this. The Shuffler is obsessed today with giving us 2 mana. Don't know what it is about this deck, a bit weird. Let's go for the Temple first, and then Thoughtseize the following turn. Lumbering Light Shield comes down, gives target opponent reveals a non-land card at random. It costs 1 more to cast. Well, that's annoying. Especially if they flicker that, it's going to be super annoying. Let's go for Thoughtseize. So yeah, get rid of the stroke so they can't counter our Bolas. And then I think we play the Hagrid Mauling as a tap land. So they have Swords to Plowshares in hand, which will exile my Bolas if I cast it. So we want to be able to have 6 mana before we cast our Bolas. And yep, pass to the opponent. Not much going on just now. Getting the Liliana out would be really good. Just to try and control their hand a bit before they get the Yorian out. So they've got a counter spell in hand. Oof. It's so rough playing against blue decks with counters all over the place. So let's see if they do have a counter. Of course they do. Tail's End. Okay. Not gonna lie, it does get quite old having to hold your breath every time you cast a spell against blue, but so they've cast the Baron for no value. Hopefully they tap out or play something so we can actually play some spells, but Soul Herder, so they're going to flick a Baron. Nice. Still no value, but Soul Herder does get larger for that. I think this is actually a good time to kill other creatures. I don't want them to survive long enough to be able to abuse that, because bouncing one of my things every turn, that getting bigger, that's just ridiculous. Okay, so let's try and resolve a Bolas here. Nice, and we do have protection with Siren's Ruse, so when they path it, or Swords to Plowshares it, we're going to flicker it in response. So they will lose 2 cards here. 3 if you count the kill spell. And yeah, against a Yorian player, you really do want to deplete their hand, because otherwise it's going to continuously bounce everything. And you will be drowned here. Elspeth Conquers Death. Oh, that's nasty. Okay. So we do not want to cast anything until the Elspeth Conquers Death goes away. Otherwise the Yorian's going to flicker it and it's going to kill our dude. So for now, I think best thing to do, Field of Ruin their Cave of the Frost Dragon, which is their man land. So yeah, we want to wait until the Elspeth Conquers Death goes away. Otherwise, we are going to get punished. And yeah, just pass the turn. Non-creature spells do cost 2 less for a while. Here comes Yorian. Oh, so we can't actually pay the... So yeah, so we can't actually pay the regular cost because of the tax, so... Interesting how he chooses to bounce it. Okay. Fair enough. So annoyingly, we can't cast our Bolas either because of the tax on it. And if we do kill Yorian, they're going to bring it back with ECD. So we want to exile Yorian, basically. And I think this is the chance to do it now. Yeah, because if we killed it, they'd just get it back and it would flicker whatever they had out at the time. It's a pretty annoying card, pretty obnoxious spell. So this will go off in their turn, so for now all we can do is cast their Dragon's Horde. So this will return one of their creatures, probably the one that draws 2. Yeah, thought as much. I will actually try to... let's see what we can do. We've actually got 4 mana, so yeah, let's try and exile the Cloud Blazer. I really do not want them to flicker this card. If they flicker that and get 2 more cards, it's the end, really. Wow, so they're going to do it anyway. Oof, punish there. So 1 white and they get to keep their whole hand up. Disallow, so now we can try and make them discard and kill one of their creatures. Okay, so that was lucky, getting rid of that. Yeah, that's a very strong piece in their deck. Doesn't seem like it as an uncommon, but yeah. Brutal card. Okay, so they get 2 angels. Annoying. Let's try and resolve a Bolas here. We will be able to draw a card with Dragon's Horde as well. Professor Onyx, that's going to be nice, if I can resolve it. Okay, Field of the Dead comes out to play. Actually, is it really worth the block here? Kind of is, right? Nothing good to resurrect. Okay, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. See if we can resolve a Nicol Bolas here. Nice. And then we're going to go for something off the top of their deck, I think. See if we can get something good. Solemn, not too bad.
It's an easy thing to waste.
So this will get us a bit of ramp. And then play some more ramp, so this will be good for casting our bigger spells later on. Yeah, let's see what they do next. Luckily the Yorian costs 7, so it's quite expensive, and they've got no flicker targets yet. Okay, so they're going to ramp with a Warhound, which gives them yet another zombie. Yeah, Field of the Dead definitely needs to be banned. What do you guys think? Is this card too strong for this format? I think it kind of is. It's just so easy to get out. So many tutors now. Okay, so he's going for full flicker targets here. Next turn, if he casts Yorian, he's going to get to... you could technically go infinite with Charming Prince and Yorian, I think, because they flicker each other. Okay, so definitely block the zombie. So not only they will get the zombie back, because when their Warhound comes in, they get another land. So we do need a board wipe here. Ooh, and a teleportation circle. That's brutal. Yeah, they're going to flicker everything over and over again. Okay. So we definitely need a way to kill the creatures here. Some boardwalk would be nice. So they've squad one to the top. So is this actually a good card or a bad card? Let's find out. If the opponent is clever, they would have put a really bad card on top here. Banishing Light. Okay, so that's actually a good card. So we can get rid of the... I guess the Angel for now. So how much mana have we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. What could we do? We could go for Professor Onyx. Get some more spells. Board wipe, please. Croxer, okay.
Opportunities. Never thought I'd miss
We could do Croxer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we actually have enough mana for Croxer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. Okay, go for Croxer then. And yeah, we'll get ourselves a bit of a blocker here. Could be good. Gives us something to defend with, which is always helpful. And then this means that if they want to use Teleportation Circle, they're going to have to not attack with Lol Warhound or Charming Prince. Okay, so they're choosing to all go for Liliana, fair enough. Oh no, actually, where is that going? Yeah, they're all going, so let's kill the Warhound here. So yeah, unfortunately they do have enough to kill Lily, but at least we have Bolas here. Soul Warden, and they can still cast their Yorian as well if they want to. So they're going to get a hell of a lot of flicker triggers and life gain from Soul Warden if they really want to. But at least they're not getting an extra zombie from this. Okay, so there's a lot of really annoying loops going on here. Mostly just flickering the Prince, the Yorian over and over again. Luckily I don't have anything that's too powerful. Okay, so this could be nice. We've got another Lily here, so let's swing in with Croxer. Right, now we can punish them slightly.
The undead make great minions. Loyal.
Make them sack 2 creatures. We draw a card because of the trigger. Lock Thwain's a really great card, and I think we're going to exile the Yorian because it's driving me a bit nuts. Sweltering Sun's on top. No, we can do better than that. And then, yeah, let's play something from the top of the opponent's deck here. Brazen Borrower.
It's an easy thing to waste.
Yeah, let's return that to their hand. Nice, and that's enough to... Oh, come back. Yeah, that was a really tough game. Oh, damn. If you guys enjoyed watching these videos today, don't forget to check out my other videos on my channel. And most of all, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this.